Hey everybody, this is Carly and Kayla, the owners of the Requestor App. This interview is brought to you by Primetime Country. We are here with Sam Grow today. Hey Sam, how are we doing?
What's up, y'all? Doing good. Single release day, so I'm feeling pretty great about it.
That is extremely exciting. Let's just dive right in. Tell us a little bit about how today's going and the new single that just came out.
It's going good. Super excited because my buddy and I, Steve Bogard, wrote the song. Steve's been like a mentor to me forever since I came to town. He's actually my first co-write I ever had. And he's written a ton of songs, one of which being Carrying Your Love With Me for George Strait. So he's been a huge help for me in songwriting. And this is actually my first single that we've written together that I've got to put out. So really excited about it. And it's pacing really nice on streaming. Currently, right now, it's pacing to be the most streamed song on day one that I've ever had in my career. So it's going pretty good.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. Are you celebrating tonight?
Oh yeah, always. And last night when it came out, me and my manager Brad have a tradition. Pretty much every time a song comes out at 11 here in Tennessee, we're normally hanging out and pre-celebrating as it comes out. But then we spend the rest of the day, the next day, just like nail biting and trying to do everything we can to try to make our numbers, crush. So we're feeling a little more relaxed today, seeing as how they're rolling good, but just still doing everything we can to keep pushing.
Love it. Love it.
Awesome. That is so cool to hear. So what do you do outside of music? What are some hobbies?
Honestly, music is my hobby. Like when most people ask, like, what do you do for fun?
Right.
That's all I've ever done is music, and it's what I do and what I love to do the most. But if I'm just like chilling, obviously I'm a pretty Southern guy. I live out on 17 acres, so I love to fish. I love to shoot guns. I love to hang out with my bulldog. So that's just your normal things.
So what's his or her name?
Yeah, we need to know the dog's name, of course.
Her name's Loretta.
Oh, Loretta.
Yeah. And
she's is that your main girlfriend or?
Yeah, it's my main squeeze,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and that's funny why I'm doing the Zoom in my truck at my house right now, because she's developed this thing now where every time I'm doing content or doing any kind of videos or whatever, she'll run up and like get in my lap or get in the video. I just did a promotion Zoom for a show that I have coming this weekend, and during the whole Zoom call, she jumps up in the chair and like gets in the camera and does all.
So funny.
Yeah,
literally
so pretty possessive.
This conversation, her dog Booker, like he's sitting on our feet right now.
Nice.
He's sitting on the desk, and she was like, "What happened?" Literally, she said, "What's going to happen if he just like jumps on here?" And I was like, I don't know.
So he is laying down now, which is great, but he always wants to be the star of the shows too. So maybe Loretta and Booker could do an interview one day or something.
I was going to say, Booker and Loretta sound like they'd be a good dynamic duo. So.
I think so.
That sounds like a party, Booker and Loretta.
I think so too.
All right. So tell us something completely off the wall about yourself that you can't find on Google, you can't find on Instagram. You basically would never know unless you were like your best friend.
I happen to be one of the best sausage gravy makers in America.
Oh, yes. I love that.
So I love to cook. I grew up with an extremely Southern mother and sister. So, cast irons and butter was just in my bloodline.
That's how I grew up too. AKA I have like 4 cast iron skillets.
See?
Yeah.
It's a jam. That's how you know someone can cook. If they got a cast iron in their house, that means that someone has taught them how to do something.
Someone somewhere along the way, they learned right.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I had to compete with my sister and mom some way, so I perfected the sausage gravy recipe. So that's
I love that. So do you make the biscuits with it? Are you as good at that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. If you're gonna start the job, you gotta do it right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll follow with the topic of food then, because heck, who doesn't love food? But I will say I don't have a cast iron skillet in my house. If it can't be cooked in my air fryer, I'm probably not eating it. So I'm really happy for y'all, and I hope you invite me over for breakfast.
You can cook some good stuff in an air fryer, though. I mean,
honestly, would write raving reviews about the air fryer, you all. So I think that's perfect. So what is your go-to restaurant? If you want a really good meal to eat at, where are you going to go have a meal at?
So, my favorite spot in Tennessee is a place called the Palm, and it has amazing steak. And I grew up on the Potomac River, so it's right on the Virginia and Maryland line. So I still love seafood and fish and all that. So they actually fly in all their seafood, so it's fresh. It's not like you're in Middle America and they're like just getting some real sketchy stuff to the table.
Yeah.
So if I want a good meal, I just go to the Palm, and I tell people all the time, if I'm gonna spend money, I'm definitely down to spend money on good food. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool.
Where are you all at? Like, where are you located?
In Lexington, Kentucky is where we are.
Nice.
Pretty close by, which is great.
Yeah.
We were actually just in Nashville this past weekend. Yep.
I have some buddies from Lexington, Kentucky.
Really?
You know Walker Montgomery?
Yep. We actually just saw him at Whiskey Jam too, 2 weeks ago, I feel like.
We did.
Yeah. So Walker, I love. We've been buddies for a while. And then Tyler Booth isn't far from Lexington.
Yeah.
Y'all make some good music, man.
Yeah,
I know, right? And bourbon. And
Yeah,
the
true.
best women as well.
Women and fast horses. It's beautiful women, fast horses, and bourbon.
Yeah. Wait, and
I
basketball.
love it. I did the
And basketball.
bourbon-
I don't think we were done yet.
yeah. I did the Bourbon Trail there once, and went to Buffalo Trace. I love bourbon and I love whiskey, so went to Buffalo Trace. But this is when like Buffalo Trace was really, really popping, so they didn't have any Buffalo Trace at Buffalo Trace, which was kind of disappointing. Yeah, so I had to buy Weller, which was still delicious, but because normally I'll drink Jack 7. I'm not too picky when it comes to whiskeys and bourbon, but it was awesome. I did love the trail.
Yeah, what's that drink of choice? Is it bourbon when you're going out and you want to have a drink, or you're just trying to hang out at home? Is it always going to be bourbon?
Yeah, it's either whiskey or bourbon. Old fashions are my favorite when I'm feeling fancy. But most of the time, if I'm at my house, I'm just kicking it with, straight whatever on ice.
So you don't make your own old fashioned?
I don't. I should get into it. I have buddies that are like really into it, and I'm just not that like. They'll like smoke it. They'll like light things on fire. It looks,
I love that. It looks awesome, but I'm not doing that for myself, but I do love it at a restaurant. Yeah,
I'm the same way. I'm like, yeah, cool. If you want to do that for me, that's great. I'll enjoy it. But if you don't feel like doing it, you just pour it on ice and I'm fine,
Right.
Perfect. We love that. And I don't know if you caught, because my dog's name's Booker. It's after Bookers in my family. Any type of animal, it has to be named after a liquor. So we have, a Tito and Basil's and Booker and Captain after Captain Morgan. So we have all sorts of them.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. What kind of dog is Booker?
He's basically a little white fluff ball. So Loretta's definitely got some poundage on him, I guess you could say. He doesn't know he's a little white fluff ball. It's called like a Poochon. It's like a Bichon poodle mix essentially, but he's pretty cute.
It's the perfect.
It's nice of you to give him. It's nice of you to give him a big boy name, even though he's not a big boy dog. Just so he can feel tough.
And honestly,
his attitude is big boy.
His attitude is big boy. Sometimes we got to tell him, you got to pipe down, because he thinks he is too big for his britches, really.
Yeah. His BDE is out of this world.
Yeah, it's insane. But I will say, because we were talking about Weller, his name, I had 3 names that I was going between, and it was Booker, Weller, or Pappy. I still think I need my Weller and my Pappy eventually. So I think those would be cute dog names.
Oh, Pappy. Pappy is delicious too.
Yes, everybody likes Pappy. And wouldn't that be cute for a dog? But I feel like he's
like
so ugly he's cute kind of dog to be a Pappy.
That's good. Well, I mean, get yourself a bulldog and
you can have a Pappy. It's perfect.
That's so funny.
I love it.
That's right. Bulldog named Pappy is pretty good.
Yes, I think so too. I actually, even just this morning, put this little bulldog that was walking towards his dad, and he was shaking his little butt, and it was so cute. And it's actually on my story right now because I thought it was so cute.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So are you born and raised in Tennessee?
Am I what?
Were you born and raised in Tennessee whole life?
No. I've been here for 8 years now, so it definitely feels like home now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, I was born in a town called Mechanicsville, which is right on the border of Maryland and Virginia. If you know where Fredericksburg, Virginia is, that's like the closest. Yeah, it's the closest city to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, raised there, and then I lived in Kansas for a little while from when I was 6 years old to 12. But I started touring when I was 17, so I
Wow.
played 250 days a year
Mm-hmm.
at 17 years all over the country. So I tell a lot of people I'm from a van because I stayed in a van for a really long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of been all over, but Tennessee feels like home because I've been here for the longest and just really gotten settled. And now I live in this little town called Manchester, which is like 50 minutes south of Nashville, and just really good small town people, and just a really nice place to live. And everybody's, got some acreage, and you got to drive 30 minutes to get to anything that you want to get to that's necessity, which is what I'm used to. So I love it here, but it's also where they have Bonnaroo every year too.
Okay.
Look at you.
Once a year it gets real busy around here.
Now, do you go? Are you gonna go?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I would definitely go. When I came here, obviously that's when it was just before COVID hit. So I haven't gotten to go to one yet. But one of my goals is to play Bonnaroo. So hopefully I'll become local enough around here where they want to put me on the bill.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be so amazing. Well, we talk about touring. Are we touring around any right now? Kind of staying put? What are we thinking?
Yeah. Touring all over. And I started this thing in 2020 called Backyards and Bonfires.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, I stayed at home for a while, but got really, really bored and antsy.
I hear that.
Yeah, got on the internet and saw that you could have like 10 people over in your backyard, and even like the strictest of states. So I called my manager and I was like, hey, I want to go play shows. And he was like, well, everything's shut down, buddy. You can't play shows. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm going to go and play in people's backyards. And he laughed at me. He calls me princess. I don't know why he does that. But he was like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'll travel around and just play in people's backyards. And we just got off a bus tour. And so he was like, well, you're going to travel in a tour bus to people's houses. You can't do that. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'd look like Ty Pennington, like I'm remodeling homes. I said, I'm just going to drive in my truck. Yeah. So we put, in 2020, we put 140,000 miles on my Chevy. And I played 97 shows across the country from California all the way back in people's backyards.
That's amazing.
So I loved it so much. Yeah, it was so much fun. And I loved it so much that now we do it every year in October. So October, I have 15 dates where I'm traveling around the country and playing people's backyards again. But we're playing.
Is it the same people, or do you change it every time?
Different. Yeah, we change it up.
I love that. Okay.
Great. And what a good way to connect with your fans. And truly get to know them. I mean, on a different level. It's one thing to see.
Is it a random pick out, or do fans ask now, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's pretty much like we open up the booking, and whoever like floods in first gets the bids, and then we like fit it in within routing. But I kind of feel like it's a cheat sheet for a songwriter because I get to go and hang out with these people, and I'm seeing their hometowns and experiencing their houses that they've lived in for years, and they're walking me around their property and introducing me to their family. So I get to go and live some life and like really hear some stories, and then come back and write some songs about it,
Yeah, that's fun.
That's amazing. So if we've traveled all around, like you said, from coast to coast, basically, what's like the craziest thing that's happened to you? Has your car broken down? Have you gotten lost? Like what? Give me something funny.
Oh my God. I mean, I have so many different random stories that have happened. We've definitely been the band that's like, a guy will go into a gas station and didn't do what he needed to do to let anybody know. And we'll take off in the bus, and we'll be, 4 hours away from them, and they left their cell phone in the bunk.
Oh my God.
So they'd have to call.
Oh no.
Yeah, use a pay phone to try to get us back, and we got to cut back and get them. So we've done that a million times. I mean, the Backyards and Bonfires is full of stories. And we did one where I played a trailer park. I don't say no to anything because I always want to like experience it.
Right.
And Brad called and was like, yo, do you want to play a trailer park? And I was like, hell yeah, this is going to be my people.
Yeah, that actually sounds like great.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was a blast. We didn't drink out of bottles or anything. Everything was jars, which was a lot of fun. There was a bar, a trailer bar inside of a trailer park. and it's just me and my guitar player. And my guitar player is 100% Irish. So we go in, and there's this little, like, 87-year-old Irish woman that owns this bar. And to her, COVID didn't exist, right? Just everything's open.
I love that.
Yeah. So Alex convinces this little old woman to start drinking. He's like, "You're Irish, I'm Irish. We got to drink Jameson together." So this lady just threw health to the wind and starts drinking JMO straight out the bottle with Alex. They proceed to get hammered.
Oh my gosh.
And there's this old, as she gets hammered, she looks at Alex. She's like, "Do you sing karaoke?" And Alex is like, "No, I don't, but this guy does," and points at me. And there's like an old karaoke machine that like doubles as a Kino TV. So like it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So I sang Brooks and Dunn, Neon Moon. And Alex scoops this little old lady up and starts spinning her all around this trailer and dancing like he's on Dancing with the Stars, like he could vote at any moment.
So funny.
Yeah. And it turns out that this little old lady, she had lost her husband like 7 years prior. And she's like, "I haven't smiled and had a good time in a long time. And I'm so thankful that you guys came in." And so it turned out to be such a like memorable story, but also a cool thing for us to remember that, you know, sometimes taking little detours. We also stole a golf cart that night too, to get to that bar, which I forgot that part. We did finally.
It was for a good cause.
Yeah. We became buddies with the guy who owned the golf cart later, so he won't tell you that I stole it anymore. Yeah. He'll tell you that I borrowed it. Yeah. But yeah. So there's so many, and a ton of stories like that. And I'm blessed. I sing songs for a job, you know. It's pretty cake.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool.
We had a great time talking with you. This is
great talk.
So if people want to go and download our song right now and they're so excited, where can they go and find your brand new single?
Anywhere they stream music. If you're a Spotify, iTunes, even Deezer. We got it on everything. But all I ask is if you go to your stream site, do me a favor. If you like the song, put it on repeat. And just before you go to bed, put it on repeat, turn the volume down, fall asleep. Just let that thing stream over and over again. Great. Give me a good 8 hours of streaming. I'd appreciate it. Seeing as how they pay us 0.0043 cents a single, it really starts to add up after 8 hours, you know.
Right.
Definitely. And you know what? Maybe they want you to sing them to sleep too, so it's perfect.
Done. I love it.
Well, it was so great talking with you, and we hope to have you back on here soon. We'll see you
awesome.
later.
Thank you all so much.
You.
Absolutely. Thank you.